And you're back with news first. The Friday Forum says that the country's education sector is deteriorating. The Friday Forum is a group of concerned citizens that comprise of former UN Under Secretary General of Disarmament Jayantha Dhanapala and civil society activists.
The Friday Forum organised their first media briefing in Colombo last evening. A document was released under the theme Crisis in the Education Sector. Lack of priority for consultative policy planning, political appointments to key posts, resources for education, militarisation and the trade union action of the Federation of University Teachers Association are some of the topics that were discussed at yesterday's meeting. The Friday Forum pointed out that the University Grants Commission, which in the past recognised its responsibility to uphold the concept of academic autonomy incorporated in the Universities Act, has now become a convenient conduit for implementing ad hoc decisions of the minister. It also noted that the UGC today is nothing more than a political appendage functioning almost as a government department within the Ministry of Higher Education. The Friday Forum went on to say that politicisation in making of key appointments has reinforced the trend towards ad hoc policy making by the Ministry of Higher Education. It also noted that recent attempts at militarisation of education have grave implications for academic freedom and institutional autonomy. The Friday Forum stated that there appears to be a concerted effort of the defence establishment working closely with Minister of Education and Minister of Higher Education to infuse military discipline and a military ethos into the formal education system. It is the view of the Friday Forum that the education system should not be focused on producing regimented minds which do not question authority and who think that free thought and action amounts to mutiny. It added that the authorities had not displayed a commitment to engage in a constructive dialogue to resolve the strike action launched by the FUTA.
It is my view that everyone should be grateful for the campaign that is being organised by the FUTA. There is some strength to the entire country here. Initially, it was a salary issue, and at present, it has been revealed the crisis in the education.
We
have also seen over the years incremental changes which have really led to deterioration in the system. So the view of the group was that we should try to have a discussion on this, because what we see sometimes is a denial, a non-recognition. Now the first important issue that we thought should be taken up, and is an issue of public concern, is a lack of priority for consultative policy planning.
The distribution of polling cards for the upcoming Eastern, Sabaragamuwa and the North Central Provincial Council elections commenced today. Additional Elections Commissioner MAL Ratnayake said the polling cards were handed over to the Postal Department yesterday. 3,336,415 polling cards have been made ready for distribution.
The Postal Department says polling cards will be distributed till the 27th of this month. Incidentally, 26th of this month has been announced as a special day for the distribution of polling cards. Meanwhile, Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya has instructed the police to seize with immediate effect state-owned vehicles used by the candidates for their election propaganda activities for the upcoming Provincial Council election. Additional Elections Commissioner RMAL Ratnayak stated that there have been complaints on the use of state-owned vehicles by the candidates for propaganda activities in certain areas where the elections will be held. The Elections Commissioner has instructed the police to seize all state-owned vehicles and placed under the General Secretaries of the Provincial Councils.
The Nivitikali electorate meeting of the United People's Freedom Alliance was held in Kahavatta today.
A group including ministers and several others were present at the meeting that was held at the Kahavatta Pradesh Sabha Hall. We have heard about Gaddafi. Many countries had much respect towards his vision. Gaddafi was a leader who rendered an immense service to his people in Libya. However, what happened at the end? You witnessed through television the manner in which he was killed. He was killed like a dog. Furthermore, former President of Egypt, Hosni Mubarak, is being imprisoned. These things occurred as a result of conspiracies carried out by external forces. I would like to tell you that it is such an attempt that these individuals are trying to follow with regard to our country as well.
Deputy Leader of the United National Party, Sajid Premadasa, says that nearly 1.5 million families in the country do not have a permanent home.
A public rally was held in the Pubudupura area in Anuradhapura in support of candidates contesting the North Central Provincial Council election.
පෞගිය දවසක පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ වර්තමාන නිවාස ඇමතිවරයාගෙන් ඇහුවා.
Recently, I raised a question in Parliament and asked the Minister of Housing about the number of families who do not have a house of their own as at 2012. Without any shame, he replied 1.5 million. If Ranasinghe Premadasa lived until 2000, everyone in the country would have had a house of their own.
රටේ සැමට සෙවන ලැබෙනවා. 2012 වෙනකොට ආශ්චර්යමත් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ පවුල් ලක්ෂ 15ක් ඉන්නවා. හිසට රහලක් නොමැති.
Deputy Minister of Economic Development Lakshman Yapa Abewardena says that the aim of establishing the Divinaguma department was to change the lifestyle of the poor. The Deputy Minister expressed this view at a meeting in Ratnapura yesterday.
A group of some of the officials also participated at the meeting, which was held to plan the main public meeting in Ratnapura in line with the Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council polls.
Samurdhi Sanghada Niladari Mahatmahatmin
The basic problem faced by the Samurdhi officials was to convert their service into a department. Since 1995, they have been making a number of requests to convert it into a department. Today, we have been able to solve all your problems. We established the Divinagama department. In the future, it is through this department that government funds will be allocated to change the lifestyle of the poor.
United National Party parliamentarian Sujiva Senasinghe expressed these views at a public meeting in the Samagipura area in Mineria this morning.
If we are doing something in this world, we should expect something in return. What we expect from you is love, appreciation and respect. If we don't receive this, we will quit politics tomorrow. What we want is your love, appreciation and respect.
The national organizer of the United National Party, Daya Gamage, says that if the leader of the Muslim Congress is genuinely appearing on behalf of the Muslim community, he should resign from the government and contest for the election. He expressed this view at a candidates meeting at the Ampara United National Party office this morning.
They are making attempts to affect the betel leaf by bringing out racism among the Muslim community and obtain the votes of the Muslim community by saying that they will appoint a Muslim chief minister. Then Hakim should resign from the government today. He should give up his ministerial post, resign from the government and then ask the Muslim community to vote for the Muslim Congress.
Well, time now for our special segment, Candidates 2012, which aims to provide a platform for candidates contesting the upcoming provincial council polls to express their views and objectives.
We
would like to note that we will develop schools and hospitals in the Ratnapura district. Furthermore, we are hoping to create job opportunities for the youth in the area. We wish to eradicate corruption and fraud and to solve issues faced by the public and to develop the country.
As
JVP candidates who are contesting for the Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council, we are committed to create a provincial council which can carry out work on behalf of the people and to establish a council which is accountable to the people.
Welcome back. Still in local news. Former UNP ministers and parliamentarians state that the party will not be able to develop its voter base through a working committee which consists mainly of members who do not have a voter base. Former UNP parliamentarian Gamunu Abesundara pointed out that the UNP emerged victorious only when it was headed by individuals with a stronger voter base.
Former ministers point out that if the UNP continues to suffer defeat, the general public would take steps to remove the working committee members who do not have a voter base. The UNP leader and the working committee is similar to Mahadana Mutta and his followers. None of the working committee members take any steps after taking into consideration the people's feelings and the general sentiment of the public. If there are individuals who attempt to bring in the correct ideas into the working committee, they are immediately kicked out. They are holding disciplinary inquiries against parliamentarians whom the people love. The UNP party faithful as well as the general public have been disheartened by the actions of the party's top leadership and the working committee. You can express your views on these working committee members who have been highlighted by former ministers and party activists. Visit our website www.newsfirst.lk.
Well, the United National Party staged a demonstration in the Kahawat area today against the spate of murders which have taken place in the area recently. The protest was spearheaded by chairman of the Lakwanita organization, Central Provincial Councillor Shantini Kongahage and parliamentarian Thalata Atukorla. The protest began from opposite the Kahawat public grounds and proceeded towards the Kahawat town.